Pierre Poilievre is going to show up. He's going to start saying it. Hey, there's only two genders. Not because he wanted to, not because it's what he believes, but because the ball was going too far down the field, and he's going to come down the field and say, actually, you know what, guys? I'm going to say only two genders too. And then he's like, I'll take that. And then he starts to move down the field again, saying the things that you want to hear. Hey, I'm not WEF. Hey, we need migrants faster. Hey, Trudeau bad. Hey, the price of milk. And then he's taking the ball back to his end. The fact that he came down here to pick up the ball and say, hey, there's only two genders, that would be a good thing. Because he would actually say the right thing. He would say the right thing. Like I said, it's a powerful thing for a politician to actually say the right thing. But guess what? How did Pierre get down here, guys? Did Pierre say, hey, I want to start opposing transgenderism? Did he say, hey, I'm going to do this on my own volition? No, it was the pressure from the further right people like Bernier, like the trucker convoy.
There are only two genders.
That pressure actually made his butt move. That pressure outside of the Conservative Party, outside of supporting Pierre Poilievre, made his butt move. And that is why I do not support Pierre Poilievre. It does absolutely nothing. It does nothing. I'll address like the major excuses that people like to give this guy, which is the media is going to attack him. He has to do this to win. Where do you think the media is on the field, guys? You know where the media is? The media is exactly where Trudeau is, because he pays the media. The media pretends to be the referee. The media is on the sideline pretending to be the referee, but they're not the referee. Okay, they just follow the ball around and say, no, we got to keep moving this way. We got to keep moving that way. If Pierre Poilievre is playing by the rules of what the referee says or what CBC says or what the media says, then how is he going to move the ball down the field? The media says, oh, no, can't move the ball that way. Oh, no, can't move. You're a conspiracy theorist. You're a racist. You're transphobic. We know how this is exactly how the media works. So it's a losing game. By saying, oh, well, Pierre Poilievre has to listen to the media. Okay, so we're just going to lose then. We're just going to lose. Every time that you hear a Conservative Party supporter just sitting over here saying, hey, man, we have to support Pierre Poilievre, just realize that he's sitting down like this in the zone, in the same zone as Trudeau, playing a game with CBC being the referee, and Jagmeet Singh's there saying white people suck. Trudeau's there saying our history is racist. He's saying conservatives are like subhuman, basically. And then Pierre's there saying, I love immigrants. And this is how we're going to win. Keeping the ball down in this end, because that's what the media says. We have to keep the ball down in this end, down near the touchdown of mass migration and the total dominance of the UN, worshiping trannies. We have to stay down in this end, guys. That's how we're going to win. This is just how stupid that is. Because if you haven't noticed, in the States, we know full well, we need to be against the media. We need to be against the media. And people might say, oh, no, he can't do that. He's going to get canceled. He's going to get canceled. Just to kind of drive home what's possible. Boom. You have somebody like Trump, okay? And sure, Trump's a controversial character. But guess what? He took the ball. He took the Overton window in America. And he said stuff that people didn't think you were allowed to say. But he said them. And he moved the needle. He said things like this. He said, they're rapists. Okay. He said they're rapists, moving the ball down this way towards nationalism. He didn't say stop mass migration. He said build a wall. Build a wall. Remember what I said of the things you saying is what moves the ball down the field? He also did a Muslim ban. You're not allowed to do that. Well, he did do that. And he had record support even in the election that he lost, apparently. He said things like lock her up. He said things like fake news. Fake news. He didn't care about the referees, the fake referees. He didn't care about that at all. And of course, he had a vision for the country, right? He had a vision. MAGA, right? It is possible. All it takes is a strong leader to show up and start saying the right things. I will say one last point that I think is important for people who still might be on the fence after this little kind of display here. What do you lose by not supporting Pierre Poilievre? Or maybe let's reverse that. What do you gain by supporting him? By supporting him, you feel good, I guess. Maybe you feel like there's hope for the country. You feel like maybe you're going to get rid of Trudeau, I guess. Is that it? Because like I said, this guy is highly, highly suspect for moving the ball towards the establishment, but towards the progress, towards the United Nations side of the field. So by supporting him, you're just rewarding his cowardice. You're actually validating the media. You're validating what the media does. You're validating the CBC bias by saying, you know what? He's playing by the CBC rules, and I like that. I like that he's playing by the CTV and global news rules. That's what you're saying by supporting him. And by the way, you're still going to get called a conspiracy theorist if you didn't notice. He got called a conspiracy theorist by all these major news outlets in Canada the other day. So it doesn't work anyway. So you're supporting him. You're feeling good about it. Okay, but like, what's the result of supporting Pierre Poilievre? What do you get for it? Maybe you feel a little bit of hope. You feel like you might get Trudeau out. But that's it. Other than that, the result is you are rewarding an establishment politician for being a coward. You are rewarding someone who is playing a losing game, and it's the status quo. You're just supporting the exact status quo. It is not turning the country around whatsoever. Whereas when you don't support him, when you're not supporting him, what do you lose? You're not losing anything. You're not losing anything by not supporting him. And by supporting something else or by applying pressure, you are actually helping move the ball in the right direction, because you are honoring yourself. First of all, you're honoring your values, and that has the trickle effect of the people around you, of the people in your circle. And maybe, especially if you put your money where your mouth is by, checking out the PPC or checking out a movement that is going to push the ball further down the field in the right direction, that is going to eventually put pressure on Pierre Poilievre and the Conservative Party, because they take note of this, guys. They take note of this. If you move right, they're going to move right too. So by moving right and not supporting this guy, you are helping everybody. You're helping everybody out. And just by simply sitting there and supporting him and watching them play this inside baseball stupid game with CBC being the referee and him just being a coward because he can't get called names because he doesn't want to fight the media, it's not helping. It's not helping. It's not moving the ball anywhere. It's moving it closer towards total United Nations domination. Okay.